Hi, it's Carl Allen again, and welcome back to Dealmaker Empire Builder. This is Module 1, Lesson number 2, the 50,000 foot view of the entire process. And I'm going to walk you through the entire system so you know what's coming up before we dive into the next lesson. So lessons 3 and 4 of Module 1 are all about the leverage and the mindset needed to get you thinking very differently about your business, shifting dramatically from functioning as an owner-manager to an owner-investor. And I'll take you through how to overcome any fear and limiting beliefs that you may have about how to buy businesses. And I'm going to walk you through doing your own time audit so you can see how much time you're going to have available to implement this system. It's really going to shock you. And although this system is designed for you to quarterback and have your team do most of the work, you may want to do most of it yourself, which is completely fine. I'll also show you the killer deal-making routine that I go through every day to keep me in a state of peak performance. Because mindset is almost everything in the deal-making business. In fact, in every business. It's fine to have a strategy and be ready to implement it, but your mindset is what makes or breaks you. I'll show you how to get your mindset working for you and not against you, because this is all about a major shift, a transition from you working in your business tactically to on your business strategically. So you can focus on the 5 things that matter: the mergers, acquisitions, exits, joint ventures, and the strategic vision your business needs from you, the owner. Now, a major part of the mindset shift is leverage. It's leveraging everything around you. It's leveraging your team. Your financial controller, your accountant can handle all of the deal numbers. Your operators can research target businesses, and the administration team, they can schedule the meetings for you. And leveraging others in your network is also critical, both for deal flow, but also for your due diligence. Your lawyer, for example, will be critical for deal execution, getting the deal closed quickly and safely. And to do truly great deals, you'll be leveraging your expertise in your chosen niche, your understanding of trends, market shifts, competition, etc., so you can find the best deals to take massive advantage of. In module number 2, we get into deal strategy and specification, what types of businesses or businesses are you going to acquire and what do they look like? And there will be 4 types of businesses that you will probably look to acquire: competitors, suppliers, customers, or complementary businesses to what you are already doing. Let's quickly look at each. You will acquire competitors if you want to grow very quickly inside of your market or strengthen your competitive advantage, or USP, your unique selling proposition. You may be weak in areas that a competitor is strong, and vice versa. And combining will not just make economic sense, but also create a much stronger and dominant player in the market. And buying a competitor will also give you major economies of scale. For instance, supplier terms will be more favorable as you'll be buying in greater quantity. Or you may acquire a competitor in a different location to extend your market reach. And a very common type of acquisition is to buy across your industry supply chain. That means buying either a supplier, a customer, or both. And industry supply chains can be long and very complex, especially in the engineering and the IT sectors. By acquiring your customer or your supplier, you lock in more of the margin, the profit margin, inside of your industry supply chain. And if you want to get into a new sector, acquiring someone already present is a much quicker and less risky way of doing it versus trying it yourself. So assume you own a software business. A good idea may be to acquire an IT services business and then cross-sell the software and services to both customer bases. Customers always need both, so why not provide both? And in this lesson, we go deep into the product market fit, looking at which areas of your niche you already service, the areas you can and should service, and the areas where an acquisition is going to make the most sense. We'll then address how this all fits into your perfect deal specification, what I call the perfect deal triad. The best deals you will close should tick 3 boxes. Number 1, the target business fits your strategic requirements and it's going to make you money. Number 2, it has an owner who's highly motivated to sell the business. And number 3, it has a financial profile that will allow you to buy it without using your own personal capital. Your implementation, your homework for Module 2, will be to clarify your deal specification, the type of business, the size and the location. What does the business do? What doesn't it do? The USPs that you're looking for and the high-level product and service mapping to help you build your empire. Because once you have a clear idea of what you're looking for, deal origination is much, much easier. And deal origination is a machine. And in module number 3, I'm going to show you how to set up a deal origination machine and activity that will send you continuous deal flow so your funnel is constantly updating and working to help you build your empire. And it's like driving a supercar. The fuel is your mindset. The engine is your deal origination machine. The destination, well, that's your future empire that you're about to build. And I'll show you why that seller psychology is 90% of the game when it comes to small business deals, and why you can have 2 identical businesses with widely different valuations and deal structures, all because of different seller psychologies. And also in module 3, I'll introduce the concept of a deal origination funnel. And just like with a sales funnel, where not every prospect you find will buy from you, not every potential deal will close or even be attractive to you in a deal origination funnel. It's all about qualifying those leads. Because once your funnel and your filters are set up, like size and strategic fit, I'll teach you my 4 primary ways of originating deals. Number 1, using business brokers. Number 2, leveraging your network. And if you don't have one, how to quickly build a network and prime it for high quality deal flow. Number 3, leveraging social media. So 27 years ago, when I became a deal maker, social media didn't exist. Now it's a major component of deal flow, and I will teach you how to use it. And finally, number 4, leveraging the direct approach, which is calling or writing to businesses that you know or you like and converting those communications into face-to-face meetings. And I have the perfect letter template that you can use. I've tested it and tweaked it over the past 10 years, and I'll show you how to use it to build lists of businesses to potentially buy. Because once you've got the deal flow, it's then time to research the businesses. Module 4 gets into deal analysis and meetings. And in it, I'll show you how to vet each deal based on your deal specification so that you can focus on the very best deals to spend time on. And once you've done that, now you need to meet or speak to the seller. And that very first meeting is really important. It's all about building a relationship, building trust, building credibility, and building rapport. Deals are done between people, so the personal relationships are critical. It's also important that you position yourself as the safe pair of hands to take the business forward. Many sellers view their legacy and safeguarding of key employees as more important than cash. It sounds strange, but it's absolutely true. It's actually how I got into doing LBO deals. When meeting with the seller, it's important that you ask questions about the company's business model and its operations. Why is the owner selling? Who are the competition? What's the marketing strategy? Who is key to operating the business? What are the business's strengths and weaknesses? What are the opportunities and the threats? And assuming it's all going to plan, at this point, you'll be asked to sign something called a non-disclosure agreement, or NDA for short. The seller will then give you the basic business information, financials, customer and employee data, so you can prepare an offer, providing, of course, that you like the business, which is what we cover in week 5, module 5, financial analysis and deal structures. So first, I'll walk you through the basic numbers, the income statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow documents I'm sure you're familiar with inside of your existing business. But here, I'll point out the key areas that are critical for deal making. And I'll also walk you through simple deal structures. We'll even capture all those cross-selling opportunities and those cost synergies to build into your analysis. This will also be important for courting potential financiers, which we'll cover in module 7. And I will run you through the models that I've built to help you value and structure a deal on a standalone basis. You'll also be able to see where the upside really comes in for you from the extra cash flow and your extra net worth calculations. Now, this will all make perfect sense when I teach you all of this in week number 5. Then in week 6, module 6, we'll have a lot of fun putting together and making offers, and I'll share my offer letter template. And we'll also map out the process and etiquette of submitting offers, always keeping you 3 or 4 steps ahead of the seller. This includes the psychology of timing and how to deal with counter offers. Then I'll teach you my offer sequencing strategy. This is really important. We never ever go in with our best offer first. We slowly build up so we never end up paying more than we absolutely need to acquire the business. We find the perfect psychological tipping point where the motivation of the seller exit meets the minimum acceptable terms to do a deal. And what's great about offer sequencing is we just add small increments every 3 to 4 days, usually without any more cash, and I'll teach you this in lots of detail. So once you have an offer accepted, if the deal needs a closing payment and you have to introduce capital into the deal, I'll show you where to source it in the next week in module number 7. And I will show you all of the resources available in the target business, including seller financing, which is paying the seller for the business over time using the business's free cash flow, as well as earnouts, which are bonus payments triggered for breakthrough performance. And we'll also get into asset-based financing, including using receivables, real estate, and other fixed assets. And I will also show you cash flow lending options, including the SBA 7A loan program, a major source of acquisition rocket fuel if you're based in the US. However, there are similar programs available in the UK and also in Canada. Now, you may also have access to lines of credit or other financing inside of your existing business today, and I'll show you how to use these as well as equity investors, which are often needed if you acquire a business that's larger than you are today. And all of these options build up your acquisition war chest. Now, in addition to all the sources of capital and how you use them, I'll map out the full financing process for you, including how the business will work with the external finance introduced, the term sheets, the rules, and the financial covenants that financiers will require you to abide by. And I will explain all of the pros and cons of using external financing. We end the training in week 8 on deal execution, closing the deal. And although your CPA and your lawyer will do most of this work, I want to map it out so as the deal quarterback, you're fully in the loop and you can project manage the deal to a seamless close. This will include the due diligence done on the business and the full legal process. In other words, how the closing happens, how ownership changes, and how the money flows through the system. So that's the 50,000 foot overview of the Dealmaker Empire Builder system. I'll teach you every part of it in depth over the next 8 weeks so you can do it yourself, or better still, leverage your team to do that heavy lifting for you. Speaking of which, the next lesson is on leverage, how to leverage your expertise, your network, how to leverage your team and your advisors to make the most of your time and smash through this process. So I will see you there where we start getting into the detail. And until then, bye for now.